Most men collapse when life punches them in the face. Stoic men, they don't flinch because they know one thing. Life doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care how tired you are, how unfair things seem, or what you think you deserve. It will rip the ground from under you and then test if you're man enough to keep standing. Your job can vanish. The woman you love can walk away. Your health can fail, and the world won't pause to give you time to figure it out. But some men still endure. They carry the weight. They don't complain. They adapt. They lead. What separates them? A code. A mindset forged through pain, practice, and principles. That code is called Stoicism. And if you're falling apart right now, mentally, emotionally, physically, don't blame life. Blame the fact that no one taught you how to suffer like a man. Blame the comfort you wrapped yourself in. Blame the habits you refuse to build. That ends today. Because in this video, I'm handing you 10 Stoic habits that will make you unbreakable, even when your entire life falls apart. Let's begin. Number 1, don't react, respond. This is where most men fail. They get triggered and they explode. Someone insults them, they lash out, they feel stressed, they shut down. A woman pushes their buttons, they spiral. That's not strength, that's slavery to emotion. Uncontrolled emotion is weakness. It hijacks your clarity. It makes you look foolish. It puts your power in someone else's hands. Reacting is what children do. It's fast, it's messy, it's emotional, it's driven by ego and insecurity. But responding, that's different. Stoic men don't move first. They pause, they breathe, they analyze the situation with precision. They don't give people the satisfaction of a reaction. They make a move only when it's strategic, not emotional. You think you're strong because you speak your mind the moment you feel something. That's emotional vomiting. Real strength is restraint. Real strength is silence before the strike. Here's your weapon, the 5-second rule. Whenever you feel an emotional wave coming, pause. 5 seconds. Don't speak. Don't type. Don't move. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. In those 5 seconds, you reclaim your power. You stop being a slave to impulse. You might still act, but now you're in control. Now it's a response, not a reaction. This habit alone will change how the world sees you. You'll look composed under pressure. You'll intimidate without saying a word. You'll stop losing respect in moments of weakness, because the man who controls his emotions controls the room. So next time life throws you a trigger, don't react. Pause, breathe, respond like a weapon. Number 2, practice voluntary discomfort. Comfort is the enemy. It's soft, it's seductive, it's slowly poisoning your edge. You sit on your cozy couch, you scroll, you indulge, and with every easy choice, you get weaker. You want to build discipline. You want to be unbreakable. Then stop chasing comfort. Start choosing discomfort voluntarily. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic minds, had wealth, power, luxury. But you know what he did? He slept on the cold ground. He wore ragged clothes. He ate cheap meals, not because he had to, but because he refused to become soft. He said, "Luxury is a trap." And he was right, because the moment you need comfort to function, you've already lost. Here's the truth. Comfort makes you fragile, but discomfort, chosen discomfort, builds steel. So, here's your modern blueprint. Cold showers. Wake up and shock your body. Train it to act, not whine. Fasting. Skip a meal. Learn to control urges instead of feeding every craving. No phone for 24 hours. Silence the noise. Reclaim your mental sovereignty. These aren't gimmicks. They're warfare. Each one rewires your mind. Each one sharpens your will. You'll start to notice something. When life throws real pain at you, rejection, injury, betrayal, you don't break because you've trained in the fire. Comfort is killing your resilience. But discomfort builds the man who can't be broken. So ask yourself, when was the last time you were uncomfortable on purpose? If the answer is never, start today, because the man who seeks discomfort is the man life can never destroy. Number 3, memento mori. Meditate on death. Death is coming. You don't get to choose when. You don't get a warning. You don't get a second chance. It comes fast. It comes silent. And when it does, it doesn't care how many goals you had left on your list. Most men live like they're immortal. They waste time. They procrastinate. They scroll, distract, delay. Because deep down, they think tomorrow is guaranteed. It's not. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think." Memento mori. Remember, you must die. This isn't about fear. It's about focus. When you remember that the clock is ticking, every second becomes a weapon. You stop putting off the hard things. You stop tolerating mediocrity. You stop living like a coward. Every morning, ask yourself, if I die today, what must I finish? Every night, write just one line in a journal. If I die tomorrow, did I live like a man today? Was I honest? Was I bold? Did I push myself or hide in comfort? This habit will haunt you in the best way possible. It will strip the nonsense from your life. It will silence your excuses. It will force you to live with urgency, not laziness, because death is the ultimate accountability. And here's the truth. Men don't rise when they think they have time. Men rise when they realize the end is near. So don't wait for the diagnosis. Don't wait for the accident. Don't wait for the final breath to feel regret. Memento mori. Remember you're going to die. And use that reminder to finally start living like a man. Number 4, control what you can. Release what you can't. Most of your pain, you caused it. Not because life is unfair, but because you keep trying to control things that were never yours to hold. What people think of you, what someone else chooses, whether you get the job, the girl, the praise, the result. You obsess, you overthink, you cling, and every time those things don't go your way, you suffer. Not because they're bad, but because you placed your peace in their hands. The Stoics had one rule: divide the world in two. What I control, what I don't. What you control is simple: your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. That's it. Everything else? Noise. And the man who wastes energy on what he can't control is a man who will always feel powerless. You want power? Reclaim your focus. Here's how. Every morning, draw a line down the center of a page. On the left, write 3 things you can act on today. On the right, write 3 things you must ignore. Left side, train. Finish that task. Reach out to someone you've avoided. Right side, how people respond, what the market does, what your ex posts online. You'll feel the shift immediately. No more mental chaos. No more chasing ghosts. You start moving like a man in command. And here's the brutal truth. The world will always try to drag your attention into chaos. But your job, every single day, is to pull it back. Because the man who controls his focus controls his fate. So, stop drowning in what you can't change. Start mastering what you can. And watch your life become a battlefield you can finally win. Number 5, build routines that withstand chaos. Here's the truth. No one wants to hear. You don't rise to the occasion. You fall. right back down to your level of training. And if your daily routine is weak, chaotic, undisciplined, then when life hits, you collapse. You see, most men only act when they feel motivated. They wait for clarity. They wait for perfect conditions. But Stoic men, they don't wait. They train for war before the war begins. When the storm comes, they don't scramble. They execute automatically because their routine is already battle-tested. This isn't about being robotic. This is about being unshakable. Stoics don't wing their days. They command them. Every morning is a mission. Every task is a rep. Here's a simple but savage habit stack. Wake at 5. No snooze. No softness. 15-minute bodyweight circuit. Push-ups, squats, planks. No excuses. Cold shower. Reset your nervous system. Train your mind to endure discomfort. No phone till 8. Your mind is your temple. Don't let the world pollute it before you fortified it. That's the armor, built daily, without emotion, without applause. Because when you live by a system, chaos becomes irrelevant. You don't break when things go wrong. You fall into structure. You fall into discipline. And that discipline carries you through the fire. Most men blame their environment, but the Stoic man understands you are what you do every day. And if your habits are weak, your character is fragile. So build a system that doesn't care about your feelings. Build a routine that doesn't break when life does. Because when the world is falling apart, a man with a solid routine doesn't panic. He keeps moving. Number 6, stay silent. Let results speak. Talk is cheap. Every man's got a plan. Every man has goals. But the more you talk about what you're going to do, the less likely you are to actually do it. Why? Because bragging gives you a false sense of achievement. You get dopamine from attention, not from action. Stoics knew better. They knew silence is power. Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history, ran an empire, led armies, wrote philosophy that still shapes minds today. And yet, he barely spoke about himself. He didn't seek praise. He didn't demand applause. He acted. In a world obsessed with validation, this is your edge. Don't speak. Building. You don't need to post your workout. You don't need to announce your goals. You don't need to explain your discipline. You just need to show up every day while the world talks itself in circles. Here's the challenge. Start a weekly silence practice. 1 day a week. No opinions, no complaints, no bragging, no explaining. Just action. Let the silence train your ego to shut up. Let the quiet become your strength. Because a man who can sit in silence without needing to be seen is dangerous. He's locked in. He's focused. He's building something the world doesn't even see coming. And when the results arrive, there's no need to announce them. They speak louder than words ever could. Understand this. The lion doesn't tell you he's a lion. He doesn't roar to be noticed. He moves, and the jungle responds. So, stop talking. Stop proving. Stop chasing recognition. Discipline doesn't need an audience. Your results will be loud enough. Number 7, study the greats. Embrace philosophy daily. Stoicism isn't just some ancient theory. It's not something you quote to sound smart on social media. It's a weapon, a blueprint for men who want to face chaos with clarity and control. Real men use this philosophy to shape empires, survive exile, lead through war, and endure betrayal, not because they were special, but because they studied principles that made them unshakable. Marcus Aurelius ruled Rome, fought battles, lost children, dealt with traitors, yet never broke. Seneca guided emperors and faced death with calm. Epictetus was a slave, crippled from birth, and still became one of the most powerful minds in history. You think you're too busy to read. They read while running empires. This isn't about becoming a scholar. It's about sharpening your edge. Because a man without philosophy is a man without a compass. He's reactive, lost, software. He gets pulled around by trends, opinions, and feelings. So, here's your assignment. 10 minutes a day. That's it. Pick one of the greats. Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus. Read just one passage. Then write your reaction. One paragraph. What it means. How it hits. What changes because of it. This isn't reading for entertainment. It's reading for war. Every quote becomes a shield. Every reflection becomes a sword. And over time, your mind transforms. You stop acting like a boy chasing pleasure. You start thinking like a general preparing for battle. Because philosophy isn't about sounding wise. It's about living with force, making decisions without hesitation, facing adversity without panic. So don't just train your body, train your mind. Read the men who walked through fire and walked out stronger. Study the greats and become one of them. Number 8, strengthen the body, harden the mind. You can't be mentally strong if your body is weak. That's not an opinion. It's a law of nature. A man who's soft physically is soft mentally. When your body gives out under pressure, your mind folds right behind it. The Stoics knew this. They didn't just sit and write. They trained. They endured cold, pain, exhaustion on purpose. Because strength isn't given. It's earned through suffering, sweat, strain, pain. That's the forge where discipline is built. This isn't about looking good shirtless. This is about war readiness, about being a weapon when the world demands one. If chaos breaks out tomorrow, can you run, fight, lift, endure? Or will you collapse like the rest of the untrained? Minimum standard. Train 5 days a week. No negotiation. No fancy gym. No problem. Push-ups, squats, sprints. You don't need comfort. You need commitment. You want a better mindset? Train your body to suffer without quitting. Because every rep is a vote for mental toughness. Every workout is proof that you choose discomfort over weakness. And when life knocks you down, your body won't just help you stand up. It'll help you push back. This habit is non-negotiable because a man without physical strength is exposed. He's vulnerable to fear, to pain, to domination, and no amount of philosophy, motivation, or discipline will save you. If your body can't keep up with your ambition, so move, lift, run, bleed. Build a body that intimidates your excuses, a body that earns its respect without speaking, a body that reminds your mind it can endure more than it believes. Strengthen the body, and the mind will follow. Number 9, destroy entitlement. Earn everything. You are not owed anything. Not love, not success, not peace, not even respect. The world doesn't care about what you want. It responds only to what you earn. Entitlement is a disease, and it's infected too many men. They think they deserve more because they've suffered, because they've tried, because life's been unfair. But Stoicism doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't hand out sympathy. It gives you the truth, raw and unfiltered. You get what you grind for. You rise when you take action. You fail when you stop blaming. No one is coming to save you. No one owes you success just because you showed up. Every Stoic lived by one code: self-responsibility. No complaining, no excuses, no playing the victim. You think you're special because life has been hard. Life's hard for everyone, but only a few take that pain and build power from it. That's your mission. Burn this into your mind. I deserve nothing. I earn everything. Say it when you wake up. Say it when you train. Say it when life kicks you in the teeth. And then act like it. When things go wrong, don't look around. Look in the mirror. Own it. Fix it. Level up. Entitlement is weakness wrapped in ego. It wants reward without effort. It wants validation without achievement. But you're not here to be coddled. You're here to become unstoppable. So stop waiting for life to get easier. Start becoming the man who dominates regardless. Solve problems. Conquer doubt. Own your outcome. Because the moment you stop expecting and start executing, that's the moment you become dangerous. Number 10. Serve a mission bigger than yourself. Weak men chase pleasure. They chase dopamine, distractions, approval, comfort. But Stoic men, they don't chase. They pursue. They pursue purpose. A man without a mission is lost. He drifts. He wastes time. He looks strong on the outside, but inside, he's hollow. That's why you feel aimless. Why the gym feels pointless. Why your days blur together. Because you're not anchored to anything bigger than you. Men were not built for comfort. We were built for war. Not a war of guns and bombs, but a war of meaning. A fight for something worth bleeding for. Family, legacy, craft, discipline, honor. You need a reason to suffer. You need something that justifies the grind. Without it, you'll always quit when it gets hard. You'll fold the second resistance hits. But when you serve a mission, something greater than ego, you stop needing motivation. You become relentless. Here's your step. Define your why in 3 words. Not a sentence, not a paragraph. 3 words. That's it. Protect, provide, lead, discipline, legacy, strength, create, endure, inspire. Whatever it is, make it yours. Then say it before every hard task, before the workout, before the confrontation, before the sacrifice. Let those 3 words become your battle cry. Because when a man fights for something beyond himself, he becomes impossible to stop. He doesn't fold under pressure. He sharpens. He doesn't get lost in chaos. He cuts through it. So, find your war, commit to it, and bleed for it every damn day. Weak men chase pleasure. Stoic men serve purpose. Pick your side. Most men break because they never trained themselves to endure. They waited. They made excuses. And when life finally hit, they shattered. But not you. Not anymore. Because now you have the code. 10 Stoic habits. 10 weapons. Each one designed to make you tougher, sharper, colder, and more dangerous. And if you live by them, every day, you won't just survive the chaos. You'll become it. You'll stop flinching, stop folding, stop waiting for life to be kind, because you'll be built for the storm. You'll be the man who walks through fire and keeps walking, but only if you start now. Don't wait for rock bottom to finally take yourself seriously. Don't wait for heartbreak, failure, or tragedy to push you into action. Grow before life forces you to. Now it's your move. Drop a comment. Which habit hit the hardest? Hit like if you're done being soft, and subscribe if you're ready to become unbreakable. This isn't motivation. This is your new standard. Now rise up and live like it.